This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. Glad to have you aboard as we get set up for the first Battle of Alberta for the 2023-2024 NHL calendar year. It's the Young Stars Classic in Penticton, BC, as we get set to kick things off between the Oilers and Calgary Flames at 8:30 p.m. Mountain Time. So late start, rest of the country, still a somewhat easier start for those folks down there in BC, but we are going to go out there and enjoy tonight's hockey game. It's my first live stream of the new season, so I'm looking forward to that, I must say. And secondarily to that, too, right? It's a Battle of Alberta. You get some youngsters that looked good last night. Xavier Bourgault, Bo Akey, both had sizable games for the Oilers. Jake Sloan, camp invite, something special there. So you look forward to seeing what ends up happening here for the Oilers. This game against Calgary, I think, if I'm reading things correct, I think Calgary might have a little bit better of a farm system right now in terms of prospect depth than we do, but we're also on the doorstep of winning a Stanley Cup at this point, so we'll take that as a consolation prize. Jay and JK, welcome into the stream, friends. Welcome aboard. Hey, that's what I haven't said. Welcome aboard to Dolynny TV for the first time here in 2023-24 as we get set up to, obviously, get a Battle of Alberta under our belts, and secondarily enjoy a live stream for the first time this year. I'm so looking forward to that. I am just a little under the weather. Of course, kids went back to school last week, so colds and flus going around there. I work with a lot of parents, and well, made its way into the shop, and yeah, that's where we find ourselves. So if you hear my voice, or my voice just kind of gives out at any point, don't mind me. I've got some cold FX in me. We'll be just fine tonight, my friends. But as we get set up, you're going to see a little bit different of a display, obviously, working with all the new equipment I've acquired over the past 6 months or so, starting with the microphone. If the audio levels are too low, let me know. Starting with the new camera, you've seen the picture kind of change. I'm still trying to get that home picture down pat. We've almost got it. Trust me, we're almost there. That ring light I bought yesterday was beautiful. And obviously, too, the new computer working just dandy, allowing us to get things going for the year 23-24. All right, to the comments section we go. Justin, welcome. And yes, it is indeed good to be back. Owen, welcome in. And like I said, it is the first Battle of Alberta for this year. So we'll see exactly what the Oilers prospects bring against the team we're here to beat, obviously. I think we're like 13-0-2 since 2013 in this tournament, too. Something unreal that either Bob Stauffer or Jack Michaels put out on Twitter last night. Came in, welcome in, another season gets underway. That's the big key here. Is I think this is an earlier stream than we had last year. I streamed, I think, 5 out of 8 preseason games last year, and now we're starting with a Young Stars Classic game, so I'm excited to see how this all pans out for us tonight as we get going here. Where did I get this shirt? Yeah, so this is something that Patrick from the Oilers Fanatic picked up from me. It's from the 780 in, in the south end of Edmonton, 780, wherever that custom shop is in South Edmonton. It's in one of the malls. I'm not really good with my South Edmonton malls. I lived on the north side right by Rexall when I was there, so pardon me that I don't know South Side Edmonton so well, and I didn't exactly have friends that lived on the south side either. I didn't exactly leave the house when I lived in Edmonton much, to be honest with you. Anyway, let's get going here. Jay, you're excited for Connor Brown as an Edmonton Oiler. I think that's the big thing that we're looking forward to come preseason, is see how his legs are, see how his body's moving, and see just how much hype we can really put around this guy this preseason and into the regular season. The microphone could be a touch louder. Okay, pardon me if it is too loud when I'm yelling about scoring goals tonight, although if we're only scoring 3 goals, shouldn't have to worry about it too much. And BP, who is everyone most excited to see tonight? Again, I'm most excited, as you saw, right? I expect the biggest surprise in camp to be Xavier Bourgault, kind of following that Dylan Holloway trajectory, right? Just comes out on the scene here in the Young Stars games. Didn't exactly happen in game 1, but he had a good first period from what I heard. And then he's going to take that and run into a good Battle of Alberta, shine big on the brightest stage here at the Young Stars Classic, and then run through the preseason, get to game 6 hopefully, and then go join the boys in Baco and really percolate down there for half a season, full season, whatever it takes to get him up to speed to the NHL level to help us out. So I will quit responding to the comment section here briefly just to remind you, if you are looking for the live stream, the Edmonton Oilers have been pushing you all week to subscribe to Oilers Plus so that you can watch the rookie games. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same exact broadcast on Oilers Plus as it is on the Calgary Flames YouTube channel tonight, which I have linked at the top of the chat, pinned. You'll see my name highlighted there for you. Game live here. It's a YouTube link. Don't worry about it. Nothing sketchy. It's available on Calgary Flames YouTube. Just don't subscribe to them, okay? I will forgive you for everything except that if you do that. That's where we're going with that. And let's see, F&D, welcome in. It would be pretty interesting if I could somehow, obviously, right, you see how these Young Stars Classic games are kind of panning out the past few years. There's a lot more I think you could do with it. Obviously, I don't have the equipment to do it, though. That's the problem. I'd love to be able to broadcast some kind of unique Oilers event just all to my own, but that's a farther down the stream, farther down the dream kind of thing, to be honest with you there. As we get going as well, yes, JK, Bedard scored a hat-trick tonight. I believe Fantilli also scored a hat-trick for the Columbus Blue Jackets tonight. So hopefully it all works out here for both teams. Obviously, Columbus is very fortunate to grab Fantilli at third, and Bedard's going to be pretty spectacular this year, I think, is the assumption. So we don't have much to worry about across the Young Stars, across the NHL. The Oilers probably with the worst prospect pool out there at this point, but we'll see what ends up coming out of it. Rick, good evening to you. And Peter, my summer was great. Just capped it off with a 29-degree day in Kananaskis today, driving around the whole loop. You know, you go all the way out to Highway 40 on Highway 1. You go all the way down through Kananaskis, through Peter Lougheed Provincial Park, come back around to Longview, and then start working up Highway 22 back into Calgary. Stop for Made by Marcus. They were donating all the proceeds tonight to help kids in Calgary affected by cancer. So that is, if you're wondering what this little weird bloop right on the line here is, that'd be some chocolate lava cake ice cream from Made by Marcus this evening that made its way onto my shirt by accident. And that's okay. Everybody that I went with on this mountain-esque trip through Kananaskis blooped something on their shirt during the trip. So I'm not the only one. Don't worry. And yes, I have plenty of shirts here, but as you guys said, this is already a pretty great shirt. I'm not going to change just because of a little ice cream bloop when it's 8:30 in the evening and we got a hockey game to watch. But all right, let's go here and see what we got. Rick, if you were to do a 32-team NHL from scratch, where would you put a team? I can't answer all 32 teams. I can't answer all 32 teams at once, but I would say you have to put another team back in Quebec City. I know 36-team expansion's been on the talk here the past 2-3 weeks. Atlanta's gotten some mentions from, I think, Bill Daly, and it's kind of one of those things right now where the NHL is at 32, so you start looking forward to the next group, batch of teams, whatever you want to say, and Quebec City's got to be right up there because you talk about Battle of Alberta, get the Battle of Quebec back, and it's going to be just nice and dandy for that old Canadian market of ours. All right, so what do we got going on here? Everybody's good in the chat there, so we should be fine. As we're looking forward to this one, the stream over on the Calgary Flames YouTube channel, this is going to be really annoying. When the light's right above me, you can kind of see it's hot on my forehead here. The stream starts in about 16 minutes, and then the game should kick off. Yeah, so it's 16:05, so it'll be 7:59 in just a moment. So yeah, it'll kick off here at about, I want to say 8:15, and then the game kicks off at 8:30. So we got a little ways to go, friends. Welcome to Dolynny TV. That's what I really haven't done is we pick up steam here. We're up to 41 viewers before we even get to 8 o'clock. Did not expect that on the stream, I will tell you that much. But if you are new to the channel or you're returning, what I need you to do right now is, all last season I was hitting that subscribe button. This year I'm kind of going to promote something a little bit different. You've seen it during the off season. If you are new to the channel or returning, as you hit that subscribe button, if you could consider hitting that bell to get notified of videos and streams. Obviously, I know the streams were a big hit in the playoffs, and not saying you need to click every notification that comes to your phone, not saying you need more notifications to your phone, But if you'd be so kind to potentially think about adding an extra notification just to get those live streams through to you earlier, if that's your forte, I'd love to have you aboard for sure. So thank you so much for that. Somebody will remind me to do that throughout the stream, I promise you that. We've got a great group of individuals here on Dolynny TV that rode with me during the playoffs, and trust me, you saw the highlight before the stream if you're in here earlier, the Game 4 OT winner from Zach Hyman. When I say rode with me, we rode through those games against LA and, of course, Vegas. So that's where we're sitting going into this season, trying to build off a great year last year. And I think the biggest thing for me right now is just trying to set tempered expectations for what to expect through the first few months, first half of the calendar year in the NHL this season. Because last year was absolutely magical. I mean, last year, for those of you that don't know, I had taken a year and a half, just about 2 years off from YouTube prior to returning August 31st last year in 2022. And then we went on an absolutely wild ride the first 3 months of the season, up and down like a toilet seat, as Ken Holland said. And then all of a sudden we found ourselves on the run to the Stanley Cup, and Matthias Ekholm joined the team at the trade deadline. We talked about Eric Carlson every second day for a month straight. It was a whole weird, wild ride. And I'm so glad we were able to do it last year. And I'm just hoping that this year's half as good for as wild of a ride as it was last year this time round. So I'm looking forward to that, friends. But as we get going, just hit 50 on the stream. So thank you for being aboard and choosing me as your pregame entertainment. I hope you do stick around. If you're doing what I'm doing, have it open on your phone or have it open on your desktop and have it extended to your TV and have the Flames stream over there. Do it however you want, but I'd love if you could keep the stream on as well. Just kind of bump things up for me as we get the season started underway. All right, Riley, welcome in as well. The game does indeed start at 8:30. The Flames stream kicks off here in 13 minutes and 5 seconds, so stay tuned for that. And Jesse, anyone using Shaw for streaming games, yeah, so when it comes to Shaw, I don't know exactly what you mean by streaming on Shaw, but I would expect, unless it's Sportsnet Now Plus or whatever they're throwing out there this year with the blackout-free version, you're going to deal with blackouts throughout the year, whether you're in the States or in Canada. I know that was a big frustration last year, and it's a big frustration across pro sports, so we'll see if that has any future in changing. Peter, the journey to the Cup starts tonight. Well, started last night for the Oilers, but starts for me tonight. Obviously, the first stream kicking things off this year. We had a couple phone streams throughout the summer. You saw live from the Crossfield Ball Diamonds. That's where I was coming to you a lot of times during this summer. Anytime there was something to talk about, it seemed I had to be at the Diamonds that night. The Oilers signed Ryan McLeod while I was at the Diamonds. The Oilers signed Evan Bouchard while I was on the golf course in Cold Lake, the Grand Center Golf and Country Club. Of course, they paid homage to the founding members as well, which I really found special, being a descendant of one of the founding members out there at the Grand Center Golf and Country Club. So that was really nice. And of course, the manager there made sure to come up and alert me of that, knowing me here from YouTube as well. So that was a really cool, special afternoon, if it wasn't special enough, being a bachelor party golf tournament. So good time. As we get going here, friends, what do we got going here? So shouldn't be much else. Oilers for Life coming in with the Battle of Alberta Junior tag. Yeah, that's something Colin Chalk was mentioning today in his interview. Colin Chalk, obviously head coach for the Oilers in this Young Stars tournament, head coach of the Bakersfield Condors, by the way, in case you're unfamiliar, took over after Jay Woodcroft. Basically, he's coaching these groups of players this time round, and we're really looking forward to seeing what he has to bring to the table this season. I think anyone in Bakersfield last year would tell you it was kind of rocky with him at times, although I think a lot of fans pulled through with him and actually really admire him as a coach. So I'll see how it pans out this year. I'll keep my tab on Bakersfield as we always do every single year, and I'll let you know how it's going. But just going to check my cell phone here. Nothing to worry about there, and we should be good to go here in a matter of moments. Let's see. Well, we got Simon. Good evening to you as well. Top 3 Oiler breakouts this season, in my opinion. I think we're looking for a big year out of Ryan McLeod. Not necessarily points-wise, but you're looking for a 200-foot game that dominates the ice when he's on there. You were seeing him dominate the ice when he was out there in the series against Vegas. I think it was with Fogle and with Derek Ryan. So we're looking for him to really build off that and go out there and dominate on the 200-foot game. That would be one. I think another big breakout season. It's not a breakout season in my mind, but it's a rebound season, would be Cody Ceci. Everybody obviously coming down on him throughout the year last year, myself included. We'd like to see him rebound and really break out into that mid-pack defender in the Oilers defense that lifts us up instead of drags us down as he did last year as a mid-pack defender. And then obviously Philip Broberg. You can't have a top 3 breakout candidates without Philip Broberg. And Peter, when we get to your comment here, is we're now less than 10 minutes to live stream on the Oilers Flames YouTube stream here on the Calgary Flames YouTube. Just to get to your comment as well. McDavid hits 1,000 points this year. I believe he's at 850 even. 300 goals, 550 assists, and 850 points. I mean, freaky year to do that. 1,000's not out of the question. I think a lot of people doubted it earlier in the summer that he could repeat that. I think now you look at it, a lot of folks are saying with the extra scoring punch that Connor Brown could add, with obviously a good rebound season from Evander Kane, and Evan Bouchard really emerging on the power play late last year through the playoffs, I think you're looking at something that you just can't deny. Connor McDavid is going to run amok and put up points, and that's what he does anyway, so I don't see why he couldn't do it again this season, 150 plus to hit that 1,000-point threshold. Friends, welcome aboard. If I haven't said that yet, as you're just joining along here, it's glad to have you aboard. As I will say, it was a great day out in Kananaskis. Obviously, I have read some of the comments throughout this week saying I'm not ready to be done with summer yet. Well, let me tell you, I'm not either. But if today's it, really, if September 16th is it down here in southern Alberta and we peaked at 29 for the rest of the year and a gorgeous sunny day, I'm sure, well, my left arm's a little more brown than my right arm, I'll tell you that much. It's been a good day out there in Kananaskis country, and I'm really looking forward to winding down with a hockey game to kick things off. The first live stream of the year here on Dolynny TV. Heck, you can actually even see it on your camera feed there of me, how much brighter that is here on my left arm as compared to my right arm. As you can probably understand, guess which arm was in the sun driving the whole time, right? Figures out. As we get going here, friends, we're now 7.5 minutes away from game time on the Calgary Flames stream. I'm going to take a brief moment of pause to go out there and grab myself a cup of water. I thought I'd already done that, but I think I just took a multivitamin instead. So give me a moment. I'll be right back. Different houses come with different perks, and I'll tell you right there's perk number one of this different place I'm house sitting this week. You've seen this place before if you've watched live streams regularly throughout the past year, but I don't think I busted this beauty out. I don't know if it was in the cupboard last time I was here, to be honest with you, but great to see. Maybe I should put that on the floor more or less, because new laptop, don't want to be losing that quite yet. But we get going here, friends. I'm gonna try and sit here and do a little math for a quick second and see if there's something I can break out to try and map out how this live stream needs to go this evening. So I believe, I 100% think we could probably hit about 50 hours watched on the stream, to be honest with you. That would be a good little math it out situation for me this evening, as we've already crossed up over 10.5 hours on the stream. If you watched last year at all, you would know I'm pretty focused on that watch time on the stream. That's usually a good indication of how things are going. Obviously, we're up at 50 viewers. That's always a nice number to hit, but a 2-minute and 38-second average view duration as we kick off a pregame to the preseason rookie camp games here in Penticton, the Young Stars Classic, Oilers Calgary, coming up on the Calgary Flames YouTube channel. Again, I feel like I'm repeating myself, but again, just because it says I have 52 for 5 minutes doesn't mean there aren't 50 people coming through in that 5 minutes. So if you are looking for the live stream, friends, I will remind you it's at the top of the chat. I think YouTube made some changes this off season about how the chat works too. Game live here. It's a comment from me. It's a YouTube link. Click over. It takes you to the Calgary Flames YouTube channel, where they are now 5 minutes away from hitting the live stream live and us getting this Battle of Alberta Light underway at 8:30 p.m. Mountain Time, friends. I'm a little excited, if you can't tell. I've been waiting a long time for this. I wanted to get things done last night. Unfortunately, like I said, I had stuff to do today, so things started up a little bit earlier last night. And I will right now give a shout out as well to Shanghai Classic Restaurant in Calgary. That was where dinner was at last night. My goodness, what a meal. I was a big fan of the Golden Inn in downtown Calgary. They have closed down since the last visit I was there. And, well, you know what? Shanghai Classic Restaurant absolutely dummied some good food last night. So I'm looking forward to revisiting there as soon as possible. As we get going here, is there anywhere in Calgary to buy any Heritage Classic merch? I'm going to happen to pick some up when I'm in YYC. Peter, what I'm going to tell you is go out to Cross Iron Mills, in between Airdrie and Calgary, on the north side of Calgary, on the QE2. You're going to want to go out to Pro Hockey Life in the mall there. It's a big, beautiful store. They will have the merchandise. And if anyone knows my live streaming studio at my house regularly, you would know that I've got that Oilers reverse retro from the shortened season there. I will tell you, I got that at Pro Hockey Life. People have made me offers on it, and I am not willing to part with it, but I was able to pick it up when nobody in Edmonton was able to pick one up. So that's the benefit of being down in YYC, I'll tell you that much, is being able to pick up Oilers merch, not for cheap, but being able to pick it up because it's readily available on the shelves. Simon, I did not see your comment there. You're asking about Connor Brown, over under 45 total points for the season. I'm going 50. I've got high hopes. I think if he comes into training camp ready to rock and roll, we are going to have no problemo getting points on the board for Connor Brown this year, especially if he's playing in that Oilers top six. We said that about Toby Reeder. We said that about Ty Ratty. We've said that about everybody that's come through the doors in the past 5 years. Trust me, Connor Brown's the best one yet. So let's hope. More of a Pat Maroon type player to the Connor and Leons of the world, as opposed to Toby Reeder and a Ty Ratty. All right. William getting hyped up about Connor Bedard. If you guys didn't know, this evening as well, Connor Bedard playing in his first game as a Blackhawk in these obviously prospects games, and he lit it up. 3 goals, hat-trick performance, good on him. Looking forward to seeing him the first time he faces the Edmonton Oilers. Probably have to watch a game beforehand just to see how good he's looking, to know what we're really up against. Don't want to go into the game against the Oilers. Bedard's got 20 points in 26 games, nothing to worry about. He'll be shut down and then lights us up for 5 points. You know that always happens, so I just want to make sure I know what we're going to get when we get into that game early in the year. Oilers for life would love to see Matvei Petrov pop up, or pop one tonight. I thought it was pop off tonight. It's pop one in tonight. Obviously Petrov looking to feature heavy into the Oilers system here the next year or two. I think you got to give him a 2-year runway to get onto the big club, probably sometime next year for a call-up, and then a regular role 3 years down the road. It's just kind of the window we're in, right? We're a big club right now, and you're not really got time to let guys make mistakes at the pro level. So if anyone's making the roster the next 2 years, it's Ralph Lavoie, and that's it. That's all. All right, here we go. We are now 1 minute and 5 seconds away from this live stream kicking off. There's 629 people waiting for this live stream to kick off on the Calgary Flames YouTube. We're about to watch that absolutely explode, up over 1,000 by the time puck drop, and now it says waiting for the Calgary Flames. Stream set to kick off at 8:15 p.m. The chat is very, very heavily Oilers and Flames, just as it was last night between the Oilers and Jets. When I tuned in the parking lot down there in Balzac at Cross Iron Mills last night, it was the Jets fans didn't know what was happening, because all of a sudden all these Oilers fans were coming in, and they're like, the Oilers fans, they're invading. And I'm like, yep, that's what's happening here. I'm here. Everybody's here. Let's go. And then I tuned in for about 2 minutes, and that was it. Had to get back on the road, but was glad to be able to make that mention that the games were free. And of course, you saw my video last night explaining my frustrations with how this works with Oilers Plus, and obviously these live streams being available on Calgary. One or the other, not both, is preferable to me. If you want everybody to pay for it, everybody has to pay for it. If you want everybody to be able to watch it for free, everybody live streams it for free. That's it. That's all. I didn't make that known in my video last night, but that's as simple as I can boil it down to. None of this one team has to pay, one team wants one team's fan base to pay. I don't know how to explain that properly, but you get where I'm going. All right, friends, shall I boot up this scoreboard that I made quickly tonight? It's been a long time. Oop, nope, that's images from an old video if you tuned into that one. But there we go. We are off and running here in a matter of moments. 8:15, and the game is coming up in 15 minutes. Coming from the Calgary Flames YouTube channel directly, so excellent. And then, of course, there's a comment that sneaks in right after the fact saying, when does the game start? Michael, need Bourgault to actually do something. I don't know. I heard good rave reviews that he was good in the first period. Obviously, good in the first period doesn't do much for you, but I'm hoping for the Oilers tonight that Bourgault comes out alive on the biggest stage at the Young Stars Classic. Always, anytime you get the Oilers and Flames in a match against each other, it's always going to be the biggest game of whatever the heck's happening. So we'll see if that comes to fruition tonight. I'm hoping it does, but again, we'll see. And I'm loving all the blue and orange little orbs in the chat this evening on the Calgary Flames YouTube channel. Again, if you're tuning in here on Dolynny TV and you're like, hey, dude, where's the game? I thought this is the game. What I need you to do is go over to the highlighted comment pinned at the top of my chat right now where it says Game Live Here. It's a YouTube link, takes you over to the Young Stars Classic live stream from the Calgary Flames. Sit back, enjoy things here on Dolynny TV, and sit back, enjoy things there on the Calgary Flames channel. I've got it hooked up to the TV, the live stream of the game, and I've got everything else running here on my laptop and talking to you here. So we'll get things going in about 15 minutes time. You'd think I'm going to know some names. I'm not. I actually haven't had much time to prepare. Again, if you're just tuning in, I've been out in Kananaskis country all day today. So it's been a long one. It's been a hot one. I did not realize how tanned I got in the window seat, but we'll survive and we'll get a live stream kicked off here tonight to kick off the 23-24 season. Speed MC, good evening to you as well. And race fan, what do we got going here? Watch the Blue Jackets Arizona rookie games. All their young players look good. I think both for Columbus and Arizona, if your young players don't look good, you've done something wrong over the past 3-4 years. And I'm glad to hear that's that at least the report, because if that wasn't the report, we'd have bigger problems for both those teams, I think. As we get things going here, Timothy, greetings to you as well. And what do we got? Who are my players to watch tonight, Peter? I will answer that with Bourgault, Akey, obviously the two Oilers' big prospects there. And as well, I would think to see if Jake Sloan's going to put together a tournament here. He's a draft +1. And I think for him, it'll be really interesting to see if he continues his little streak here from Game 1 over to Game 2 on the biggest stage of the Young Stars Classic. And any ATOs that impressed you Game 1, I did not watch much of Game 1. I've watched the highlights, and I think, yeah, Jake Sloan doing the right things is big. And I think, too, other than that, it was a 3-1 game, right? There wasn't much out there. But again, highlights in the 3-1 game can kind of be deceiving. So hopefully for the Oilers, we get a little bit more offense tonight. Hopefully a little bit shut down, clean sheet maybe. That'd be nice. And we'll see what comes of everything this evening. The chat over on the Calgary Flames YouTube channel is moving way too fast for me to keep up with. That's why you see slow chat enabled here on Dolynny TV, so as I can actually get to your comment in a timely manner. So when an undrafted 19-year-old kid looks better than a 20-year-old first rounder, it isn't good. Well, Michael, I'll again just say, right, I'm going to reserve comment until Xavier Bourgault comes in here and shows us what he's got tonight. This is always, and I've repeated myself all night, but when it comes to the Young Stars Classic, the only game I ever care about, the only game I actually sit down and watch fully, the only game I ever sit down with friends, just like last year, you saw the live stream from the couch right behind the camera, is the Oilers Calgary game, because that's what kicks off my season usually, right? Is the first Battle of Alberta in the preseason, or the first Battle of Alberta at the Young Stars Classic. And for the couple of years there, it was only the Battle of Alberta to kick off the rookie games. So it's just something that has always meant the start of hockey season to me. So if Xavier Bourgault wants to show up tonight, I'm going to let game one slide all day, and I'm going to be just fine. But again, we'll see what happens. And Riley, with that, I guess if I'm going for first goal predictions and I'm giving Xavier Bourgault that much runway, I better take him as the first goal prediction. And with that said, it'll probably be Bo Akey, who had a pretty solid game in game one. So see what happens here. But I'm excited. I'm just getting the little bit of music that's coming through the Young Stars Classic stream over on Calgary. They're just about to hit up 960, so just about 1,000 viewers. But as we're rolling along here, I did not expect to retain 58 of you along the way after their stream started, but glad to have you aboard. And I'm really excited to kick off this season with you. I think that's the big thing, is I've been looking forward to doing a live stream for a little while now. Obviously, the preseason stuff is really going to be exciting to get going. And yeah, it's been a long time coming. Game 6 of the Stanley Cup final, or Stanley Cup playoffs, I guess you could say, is the last time we really had one of these streams going. We had a couple things throughout the summer. I think the Women's Worlds, and obviously to the what was it? Was it Canada, Germany for the gold medal? I think in some facet. I honestly don't even remember what I've done over the past few months, so apologies there. And do I have the Oilers lineup? I think the Oilers put their lineup on their website tonight. I really don't have much to that. We're going to have to find that out as the stream goes along, unfortunately. It's kind of the hard part. I literally rolled home at about 7:45 here, so literally right before I had fired everything up. Thankfully, had some time this morning to kick stuff together and get things going, so it was a pretty tight start, but hopefully I can get you some information here as we get started right away. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see kind of what rolls out there. Yeah, I don't know. I could look into it, but by the time I look into it, it'll be too late anyway, so we'll just not worry about it too much at this point. We'll take it as it comes. Obviously, they'll have starting goalies and stuff. We should be good to go. Let's go. It was Canada, Germany. Yeah, okay. I don't know what level of hockey it was, but it was Canada, Germany. I was pretty sure on that. Tosical, welcome into you as well. Thank you for being aboard this evening. And we hopefully get things started here in a matter of moments. It's now 8:22, so they haven't started the pregame over on the Calgary Flames YouTube channel as of yet. Yeah. Sorry. I've talked way too much for how little water I've drank today. So throat's kind of getting dry, and I'm starting to stumble a little bit, getting heavy on the ums here. But yeah, we're just going to kick back, relax. Toastical, you're just in here right before we hit 70 viewers live. Glad to have you all aboard. Like I said, this is the first stream of 23-24. So if I'm rusty, if I'm not the greatest, don't worry about it. It'll get better as the season goes along. Trust me, it's much better once you actually know the players on the ice, like I was saying 5 minutes ago. So we'll battle through here this evening and get it done, but I'm really glad to have you all aboard. And as I'm saying right now, I actually might have to take these glasses off because they've been on all day and they're really just meant for staring at screens, but instead I've been outside in the absolute bright sun all day doing that. And as I'm just going to pull up the calculator here, friends, and take a moment to do what we got to do here on the stream, which says we've already had 25 hours stream. So glad to have you aboard for the pregame, if that's what you want to call it, so far here on Dolynny TV. And we're still pre-gaming because the Flames, now over 1,000 viewers on their stream, started 8 minutes ago, have yet to fire things up officially this evening. So will I be drinking BioSteel this year, Peter? Unfortunately, BioSteel has filed for bankruptcy protection up here in Canada. So they're looking for a buyer. Hopefully someone comes in. But again, we'll remain to see what happens with BioSteel, the drink of the NHL this year, because yeah, that's not a good look. And I know how much money I spent on BioSteel in the 22-23 season and how much I've spent all summer. So we'll see if that ends up translating out. And Dom, years ago you used to join the streams. It's crazy how much older I look now. Yeah, it's it's been a wild past 5 years. And if you were back in 2017 when I was live streaming those few playoff games, that's even crazier because, yeah, it's I'd call it a glow up. The hair's a little better now. The beard's coming in much nicer, but I'm looking old, that's for sure. And I'm feeling old. I actually just sent a buddy. It was his kid's 15th, 14th birthday, something like that. I sent him a message. I'm like, how'd that happen? Because, I mean, 9 years ago, I'm at a ball tournament, and like major ball tournament, and this kid's young. This kid's following me around like a shadow, and now he's 14. Jack Michael's now live on our TV with Brendan Parker, by the way, as we get things kicked off here. But, yes, it's crazy how much time's flown, and this year, number 5, technically covering the Oilers on YouTube. So buckle up, we're in for it now. But let's do it. Go Oilers, welcome in as well. And yeah, BioSteel, I don't know if they're dying or just trying to sell off due to obviously spending a little bit too much money. But Jack Michael's on my TV. I'm going to see if I can kind of turn that up. Let me know if you can kind of hear it in the background, because if it gets too loud, whoop, that's going to be a little too loud. But I shouldn't have to talk over that too much here, friends. Oh, maybe I do. But Brendan Parker and Jack Michaels. So I can assume that the same stream you're watching on Oilers Plus for $24 this year, as opposed to the Calgary Flames YouTube channel, same thing through and through as we're going here to start things off. They've got 1283 watching right now, so things are about to really get going on YouTube to start the year. I'm excited to see what kind of crazy numbers get up to this year, because every year it seems the fan base for hockey on YouTube grows and grows and grows. That's obviously led by the hockey guy who we all know and love and has done so many great things for this whole space we call home year after year after year and leading the way. So we'll see what he has in store for this year. But right, if he keeps growing, that's good news for all us hockey fans here. So let's do it. Let's go here to the chat just before we get going. Flames lineup, I've already missed it, but I know Yan Kuznetsov, I think, is in the lineup. He's Big D. He'll be playing left wing, or lefty number 1. Adam Klapka's in the lineup for the Calgary Flames tonight. 1 assist against the Vancouver Canucks last night. And Lucas Siona in the lineup for the Calgary Flames. He was 1 goal, 7 penalty minutes Friday versus Vancouver. And let's go here. Go back and read through. I will get to your comment there, Dom. I love that. Feel like the Kings overpaid for PLD. Would ask how much more do you want for Hellebuck? Yeah, no, the LA Kings are going to be an interesting team to watch this year. I think they're the bubble team as the Flames figure themselves out throughout the season. And as we get going here, Toastical, what are my top 5 teams this year? I think the Leafs are up there as always. I think 2, the Carolina Hurricanes, the New York Rangers. Out west, you got the Vegas Golden Knights. And take your pick of the Dallas Stars probably in there, and that's your top 5 outside of the Oilers this season. I think nothing's really going to change year to year between last year and this year. And during the regular seasons, Jack Michaels is the only way to watch. That's the big thing. I love Jack Michaels. Petrov, Grube, I don't know. Tulio, Savoy, Berglund, Bourgault, Stonehouse, Sloan, Chiasson, Zhang's on the 4th line. Don't know who the other 2 wingers are, and I missed the defense. They went through it too late for me noticing, but there it is right now. As we go, Dom, yes, getting to your comment, watch the MLB The Show 18 videos. Friends, that's a long time ago. I've been watching some of that content on break at work just to kind of go back through and revisit it, and I miss that stuff. That was fun back in the day, but glad to be doing what I'm doing now, and obviously it's working out pretty well, so we won't worry about it too much until maybe it's MLB The Show season next year and we throw some content up in the summer. I don't know. We'll mess around and have a good time. Scout, good evening to you as well as we kick things off here just as the pregame is about to wrap up. And Cole, good evening. Welcome to you as well. Glad to see you in the chat talking about old-time viewers. And BioSteel needs me to save them. Ooh, I can tell you, I have some money in the bank, like enough to just pay my bills. I don't have $150 million lying around to save BioSteel. Oh my goodness. I don't know where you end up thinking you can spend that much money, but they thought they did, and they only made $17 million. So Oh, 10-1 expenses ain't a good look. But obviously, I don't know the full story, so I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I do. But we're just about ready for the national anthems here, friends, and let's get this thing rocking and rolling, as we should be going to here. And I think a couple of you have made the comment on the shirt, Riley, and Toasticle of the shirt. Yeah, Patrick from the Oilers Fanatic picked this up for me when I was at the 780 in South Edmonton one of the days back in the spring, and he saw this one, right? And obviously you see this D is huge, the D, right, the channel logo obviously, but he saw this and he said, there's no way I'm not picking this up for you. And then he also got me a Jack Campbell t-shirt, because it's like, I know you've been hard on Jack, but you like him. Everybody likes Jack Campbell, no matter how hard they are on him. So you want to support him or what? And I'm like, if you're picking it up, I'm buying it, that's for sure. So that's what we got to go there. And I think I got to treat Patrick. You guys were really good on a couple of videos this summer where I should throw out the challenge. So I'm going to have to treat Patrick to a couple of beverages up and behind section 109 this year, and make sure he gets home safe after the home opener. I'll tell you that much. It's going to be a rowdy night at Rogers Place in the middle of October as we kick off this season. Let's get going here. Would it be nice to only make $17 million a year? Oh, $17 million a year. Guy could dream. Heck, give me $17 million once. Don't worry about it. You'll see me. I'll have this exact background. Might be a little brighter. Might be a little more tan. You'll still think I'm here, or I'll try my best to make you think I'm here. But I'll be somewhere where it's 30 degrees year round and spiders crawl on me while I sleep. All right. Let's go here. The NHL Halloween pack opening a long time ago. That's awesome, Dom. Yeah, that's no. I think I remember Husky Gaming. That sounds familiar. I think that was on the friend list way back when. But yeah, no, it's a long time ago. The Halloween pack opening. Who was watching that? One of my friends up and back home actually threw that up on YouTube, and I'm like, who's viewing this? And then they sent me the picture of it, and they're like, oh, I remember this. So yeah, that was a good year. NHL 18 was a fun year on the old hut, but yeah, then NHL 19 happened, and then all of a sudden Amigo Koskinen video happened, and that was the start of this story. Good to go down memory lane, but we are about to kick things off here, friends. Hopefully, we're going to see what happens for a win tonight. Connor Murphy in net for the Calgary Flames. 31 games played for Union College last season. And yeah, you know what? It's Zachary Bowen in net for the Edmonton Oilers tonight. 26 games played, 17-4 with the London Knights of the OHL last season. We're number 32. And Jack Michaels on the call this evening, friends, as we get buckled up. I don't know how good the play-by-play is going to be tonight, so bear with me. But let's do this, as we are going to get going here in a matter of seconds. The Oilers line up at center ice. Jaden Grube loses the face-off. The Calgary Flames will control off the opening draw. Throw it up through the gut. It goes to the benches, and the Flames able to regather in their own zone. They're going to pick up and look to move this one out the center of the ice, right down, flip it in, not really deep in the Oilers zone. And in fact, the Oilers defenseman there, bad turnover, shot on goal there for the Flames. And Bowen makes the first save for the Oilers. Just a little sloppy play at the blue line there for the Oilers. And I mean, I'm hoping that's not who I thought it was. But again, I don't know who's actually on the defense for the Oilers. Didn't catch the lines. Like I said, I got the top three lines, and that's about it. But love it. As we've got a face-off in the Oilers zone to the right of Bowen. It's tied up, thrown into the corner by both the Oilers and Flames. Couple of stick touches there, and it goes back to the point. The Oilers cut it off on its way. Flip it up along the boards. The Oilers Flames, 3, 4, 5, 6 players tangle up there. Comes back to the near side point for the Calgary Flames. Keep it on side, and it's going to bounce off an Oilers player. Go to play, and we'll have a face-off, I believe, outside of the Oilers zone, because I think they might have ruled that actually offside. Not too sure. But we're going to have the face-off on the near side blue line outside the Oilers zone. Far side blue line, sorry. The one guy was just taking his time. Klapka, big guy, takes up most of the screen. Berglund is going to take the face-off for the Edmonton Oilers outside of his own zone. he'll draw it up and kind of lose it out there to Klapka, who just took it right off the dot and fired it around the boards. Oilers control on the dump in, fired up the middle, and it kind of gets lost in translation on the camera angle. Flames come up with it, flip it around to the side of the boards on the far side, flip it again. The Oilers cut it off, and here's a little first break for the Edmonton Oilers coming up, skating away. Savoy on net, I think that's him. 48 out there for the Edmonton Oilers. Good chance denied there by the goaltender for the Flames. And now we're going to get another puck fired to the near side corner there. Savoy touches up and throws it behind the net for the Oilers. Goes around the boards, and the Oilers again throwing around a little bit of weight. And I think it's Bourgault taking the worst of it actually behind the Flames net. Now Bourgault on a quick feed to the front of the net misses the net, but a good look there to start this game. The Oilers still looking to get things fired up. 0-0 score just a minute and a half in here as Klapka comes up with the puck on the near side boards. Just out of the zone now, flipped all the way down in the Oilers' end. Touched up there, not for icing though, as Van Mulligan will fire it up. That's a fun name. Van Mulligan will remind me of that one here in a little bit, but fired up the boards, and the Oilers will see it dumped in again by the Flames. They've got control in their own zone as they'll touch it up to the Flames blue line where the Flames cut it off, and Calgary will move it across center and dump back into the Oilers zone. A little dump and chase here to start things off early, friends, as the Oilers and Flames just feeling each other out on a Saturday night in Penticton at the home of the Penticton V's. The Flames bust the zone, but the Oilers again cut them off at the blue line. And other than that, first zone entry, the Oilers a little bit clean so far through the first just over 2.5 minutes here in this game. Actually 2:20, my apology there, but the Flames now scramble it up in their own zone, almost lose it right in front of the net again. A zone clear. Like I said, I didn't drink enough water today, my apologies, but comes on down into the Oilers zone. And like I said, I'm going to be rusty too. The Oilers touch up and get it out of the zone, and they'll move up in the Calgary end. And near side corner, a little battle there along the boards. They're looking to free this one up, are the Oilers, but the Flames with possession are able to get it back to the blue line. Oilers throw it back into the far side corner in the Flames end, and this one goes behind the net again. Oilers looking for the quick feed, couldn't get it again. They'll do it at the point here. The shot comes in way wide of the net. That's two shots early on here in the first 3 minutes where the Oilers had good looks towards the net and not even close. And right now they're going to regroup in their own zone, try to punch it through the middle and get up the ice, but the Flames cut it off, 3 men right in the middle, and they'll get it across the blue line. The Flames will walk this one again to the Oilers line, cut off by sticks of the Oilers at the blue line, and the Flames completing a line change, get it back into the Oilers' end. It goes on down in behind the Oilers' net where Bowen looks on as it comes back to the point. He'll see it go all the way into the Flames' end, carried ahead. This is going to be a man taken down. No tripping call coming up. So the Oilers still looking for that sustained pressure. So are the Flames to some degree. It's both teams really just feeling it out here, breaking up passes and doing a good job so far. As this one comes back into the Oilers' end, 2-on-2 back the other way. Bowen fights off a tough shot, goes up and out of play, and with 16:08, we'll have a stoppage in play, friends. And it's a 0-0 score so far. So glad to have you along for the ride as we're getting things kicked off, as I did expect things to drop down here a little bit this evening, and we are just underway, thankfully. Got a long night ahead of us. Kicking off at 8:30. That's going to be a tough assignment this year. Going to try and give a little bit more of an honest effort this year during the 8:30 games, whether it be live stream the whole thing or actually staying up to watch the whole thing. That's going to be the even tougher part. But I think it's going to be a big assignment for me to try and get through those 8:30 games this year. So let's go on down into the Flames zone again. The Oilers have been successful clearing their own end, and this one's going to be kicked off a skate. The Oilers turn over the puck and get possession in the Flames' end. Here's Bourgault looking dangerous. Shot fired wide again. And this one comes back to the blue line. The Oilers retain possession. Fire another shot again, a million miles wide of the net. And that's now 4 shots here early on that the Oilers have had good looks but unable to get it on net. 15:30 remains here in this first period of play. Savoy fires it back to the blue line. It's going to escape the zone, and the Oilers in a foot race to get back in possession. They pick it up, and this is going to allow the Flames to maybe complete a back-end line change possibly as Bernard fires it up along the boards. The Oilers off a bounce, get it at center ice, chip it in, and this one's going to be chased in. The Oilers will go for a line change as well. Both teams rolling along here early, just getting everybody involved, but really not solving much. And Flames have had some dangerous bounces in their own end through the first 5 minutes as Here's a pickup for the Oilers. Another just hop off the stick of the Flames. A shot fired towards the net. Misses them a million miles wide. Another dangerous bounce off a stick. That time Oiler to Oiler though. And it ends up on a Flame stick and clears the zone all the way down behind Bowen of the Oilers as they'll roll down in. And the Flames will pick up off a bounce fire shot. Bowen, another solid steady save. He's had 2 or 3 of those to start this period. Just over 5 and change in. But I'm looking about things here as the Flames have had definitely the more dangerous looking chances. The Oilers, maybe if they got them on net here early on, would maybe have a goal, but from some of their vantage points they've had to shoot, they've just missed really, really wide and really not good. So that's fine and dandy. We'll be okay here. Not too much of a concern early on in the preseason rookie game, but I'd like to definitely see Xavier Bourgault, instead of missing 2 good looks on net, maybe start finding the score sheet here. I do have him chosen as my first goal of the game, but coming back the other way, there's a shot rising up over the top of the glove, off the glove of the goaltender Murphy for the Calgary Flames. Connor Murphy in net, I believe, is the name of number 82 or 81 in net there for the Flames. As we're getting things started here early on, just about 6 minutes in now. Flames will backhand out of their zone, go on down, and here's picked up the Flames 2-on-2. A bounce off the skates of an Oiler in front. I think that's Van Mulligan again. And the Oilers just about cost themselves a goal, but they pick up defensively and will clear the zone after the Flames had retained possession off the weird hop. This one's going to be fought to center ice and now back into the Oilers zone, and they'll just kind of roll around behind the net here and look to go in and look to go out. And this one will now be flipped to center and down the length of the ice for icing, and we will have a stoppage in play. So the Oilers a little scrambly on that last shift. I don't think there's really much else to say about that. Kind of that kick off the skates in front that went off the pads of Bowen, kind of threw things for a little bit of a loop there for a moment, and then they end up icing the puck. So in tough here, face off to the right of Bowen, and this is going to be down as Kearns comes in for the face-off and wins it for the Flames. It's going to be turned around right off the draw by the left winger. He's going to roll around the zone a little bit here, dish off to the defenseman at the high point. Now this one's going to come back in Oilers' possession after a flip into the corner. Oilers quick breakout, miss a stick in front, and that is going to go again for icing. So you clear the zone rather efficiently off the icing call in the face-off loss, and then you immediately ice it as soon as you clear the zone. So hopefully the Oilers can break out here and start some offensive attack. Like I said, we've had 4 good looks on net, missing wide all 4 times, and now we've back-to-back icing calls, looking like the regular Oilers out there last year, eh? But we'll see. Coronado in the face-off dot for the Calgary Flames. He, lost that one, and the Oilers able to clear to the blue line, now clear out, but again, the stick of the Oilers player hops up on him and can't receive that puck cleanly, and the Flames were able to get back into the zone as it'll be face-off dot on the left-hand side as the Oilers fired across the sheet of the ice and ended across the Flames line now. This one's picked up by the Flames on a miscommunication in the middle of the Flames zone by the Oilers, and the Flames will clear the blue and get back into the Oilers end. That's some solid skating there, and a shot off the pads there by the Flames of Bowen, and that's a quick clear by the Oilers. It bounces out of the zone back into the Flames end, and they'll just fire it back in. And it looked like the blue liner for the Oilers ran into the linesman. Weird little incident there, and the Flames off the scramble, able to retrieve at their own blue line. This puck's going back and forth rather quick here. Neither team has yet to establish a solid, sustained 30-40 seconds of actual pressure in the offensive zone. We're just about 8 minutes in here. The shot fired there. The Flames now starting to light it up, but again, Bowen makes the save and it hops out of play. So clean it there. We're 7:45 in, and I think the shot's realistically probably 5-1 for the Calgary Flames here early on. So nothing substantial for the Oilers, and Bowen's been pretty solid so far, but again, I don't think you want your ATO goalie to be your star of the show at the Young Stars Classic. Again, to what Michael was saying, right? We've got some likely suspects, and other than Bo Akey last night, those likely suspects really not doing much so far. Shot fired there by the Flames from the face-off, and it goes up off of Bowen and back to the blue line here. The Flames keep it in, and now all of a sudden here they go. They're turning up the pressure, and we will have a touch-up by the Oilers, and it would appear we may have a penalty coming up. Jake Chiasson touching that puck, a tripping call against the Edmonton Oilers here, as this one is going to be a face-off in the Oilers zone, and number 82 for the Oilers. Is that Warner? That is Akey. All right, I knew one of our defensemen was wearing 82. It's Bo Akey wearing number 82 for the Oilers. He takes the first penalty of the game. That was the book on the Oilers last game, taking a lot of penalties. So now we'll see if that is a trend tonight. But the Flames win the face-off to kick off the power play across the dots. And here's the shot flipped up by the Flames shooter. And now this one's going to be tied up at the blue line. The Oilers, nice fight there to clear the zone. That's a nice, solid clear by the Oilers. A little bit of extra battle. And now here's the Flames picking up, gunning up to get up the ice here behind their own net, now through the middle and to the far side boards in front of the benches, dumping back off. They'll reset the rush and see what they can do with a second chance at this. Is they're just playing a little pitch and catch in their own zone, trying to get things started, break through the Oilers defense, and to the near side boards. Klopka's got the puck, nice little feed to the middle. The Oilers kind of allowed it, but Flames couldn't do much with it. Now the Oilers overskate a puck. Nice play though, fools the cameraman. Fooled me, and the Oilers bust into the offensive zone short-handed. Couldn't do much with it, but a little nifty play there in front of the Oilers bench to get that puck further down the ice on the penalty kill. Here's Klopka, fires the shot, goes off of Bowen, goes to the far side boards. This camera guy's struggling, but it's preseason for everybody. There's a reason you do it. And here we go. The Flames now setting up sustained zone pressure. It bounces back off a stick to the blue line. They keep it in now to the near side boards, and this one's going to go back up the wall, now back down, and now across, hops over the Flames stick. A little quick puck work there, and clearly the eyes aren't trained yet, but the Flames were unable to do anything with it anyway. And here's Bourgault out here killing the last few seconds of the penalty now as he's skated the Flames back behind their own net. Murphy creating a distraction in front. Nothing could go there. And this one's going to go now across the Oilers blue line. The Flames busting through. They're going to fire a shot right to the side of Bowen. And then all of a sudden driving right to the net is one of the Flames players. And he takes Bowen right down to his butt. But we'll have a stoppage in play here as Bowen covers up. Or maybe there's just a whistle on the play because the goaltender's down. Not too sure. Not 100% sure how these young stars games work out. But that was a good drive by the Calgary Flames. Nonetheless, there's 4,123 people watching the Flames stream right now. Absolutely fantastic to see. Envy's welcome in, and thank you for the kind comments as well. I was expecting a break. We should have a break here in about the next 5-ish minutes, so we'll get to the comment section in a moment. Apologies if I missed you, but the Oilers scramble up another draw. Flames able to take possession. Here's the shot from the point, fired through. Bowen, a incredible save given the circumstances. And here's Siona getting in front, firing a couple of fists into the face of one of the Oilers defenders, Warner. And this one thing I know from Warner last year, he's not afraid to stand in there and take a couple gloves to the chin. Not saying he's going to drop the gloves, but he seems like a guy who's going to stir the pot a little bit in front of the net after the whistle. So like that out of a young blue liner picked in the 7th round, that's for sure. But there's a good shot from the Flames, and he kind of goes down on a knee a little bit there to try and flip it up a little bit better, and Bowen able to deny him. So 9:59 to go. We're going non-stop here to begin the first 10 minutes of this period. And right now, this one comes to the near side corner. The Oilers and Flames tying this puck up. Both battling here, trying to make something of it. A Flames player goes down to both knees, and that allows the Oilers to pounce on the puck. Bourgault, weak on the entry, is going to now try and finesse the puck free. Flames able to get it back to the blue line, but it escapes the stick at the blue line all the way back into their own zone, and the Flames pick up. They'll go back through the neutral, flip it into the Oilers' end, and that's going to be Bo Akey picking up the puck. He's going to survey the situation in behind Bowen, and Bowen just kind of pushes off the defender for the Flames, and the Oilers able to flip it back in, and we go dump and chase into the Flames' end. There's the Oilers right on the puck. Bourgault in the mix on the forecheck. He's trying to tie things up. The Flames, though, somehow threaded the needle, got the puck out of the zone, flip it back into the Oilers' end. Akey, again, retrieves it. He's been pretty decent at that. I guess I can give him credit there, retrieving pucks and not really making too many mistakes with that. But this one back the other way. Here's the Flames. The shot fires, scores! And Akey beat Glove's side. Or not Akey, sorry. Bowen beat Glove's side. And yeah, that one's going to be goal to start this one for the Calgary Flames. Not really sure who scored it, but that was a solid shot right off of the near side face-off dot, and Nikolaev scores the goal for the Flames, and that puts them up 1-0 right away. And Simon, as I spill my water all over myself, to be honest with you, marks out of 10 for the Oilers so far. Thankfully, it's not the Oilers, because this is a 1 out of 10. This has not been a good start. The Oilers they're now just about 12 minutes into this first period without any sustained zone time. Obviously, I had to kill a penalty. Yes, I understand that, but it's been 4 missed shots that might have changed the fortune early, and the Flames again bust across the line. They, however, are offside, and here's Gansky getting into it with one of the Flames players, and then coming in behind is a Oilers player wearing an A, kind of throwing a stick into the skates to try and throw him down to the ice, but it is not a good start for the Oilers, and you know what? If you escaped this period 0-0, you would have been fine, right? Wash it. Calgary wasn't that great. You got some good goaltending from your ATO, and you call it good, but 1-0 for Calgary now midway through this first period. That's a rough go. Friends, I am going to throw an ad just to see if it's working this year. It indeed is. It still says ads inserted. But yeah, the Oilers, not a good start to this one. Thankfully, like I said, it's not the real Oilers NHL squad, or we'd have bigger problems to fry going into this season. But yeah, it's been rough. Obviously, those first about 7 minutes, it was just dumping, chasing back and forth and nothing substantial. And then Oilers take the penalty and the Flames start pressuring, and it ends up in the back of the net on a nice snipe by Nikolaev. And Klapka, obviously a big member of the Wranglers last year. We'll see if he gets some more NHL time, but I will tell you, if you get a chance this year, come on down to Calgary, come to my neck of the woods. Maybe we can organize something for one of the Condors games this year, and let's do a Wranglers game. The Condors come to town 4 times a year, and I tell you, it's a fantastic time. I think you can get season tickets for like $8 a game, lower bowl at the Saddle Dome. And it's not like the Saddle Dome's the best rink in the league, but if you can get $8 tickets at an NHL rink, I don't care who's playing. You could have the 70-year-old Oilers, right, from that 81-82 team. I don't care. It's amazing when you can get $8 lower bowl tickets, so I'll take it every time. But yeah, we got good attendance here for this game. It looks like that Jets-Oilers game was kind of not so well attended. I think now that it's Saturday, kind of allowed more fans to get into Penticton. If you know BC well, from Alberta, Penticton's not necessarily the easiest place to get to on a map. I've thought about going a couple times, and I've been to BC twice in my life, Fort St. John both times, so I'm not too confident in going to BC all the way to Penticton. Just to watch the Oilers right now be down 1-0 to the Calgary Flames in the first period, just 11.5 in. Scrambling around in the neutral zone right now. We're back to play, and the Flames are trying to get things going, but they pretty much get a puck right on net to Bowen, and he goes out there and covers up. Nothing happening on that chance, and we are going to be just fine. Oh, that was sorry. I thought that was a bounce to the front of the net. It was actually a wicked release on a one-timer there for the Flames. So we'll see if they are trying to plan that from the middle of the ice a little bit more here. Cairns scrambles up the face-off. Somehow jumps right in front of the net. And now this one's going to be dumped back in by the Flames to the far side corner. Oilers retrieve the puck. They're going to get going back the other way. And so far, so good for the Flames as they continue to turn back the Oilers at the offensive blue line. This one's all the way back, though. A bad dump by the Flames. Not quite on the right side of center. And they are going to be called for a... And get the English going here. It's been a long day, I said. No, we got to get the English going here. And icing call. Thanks to all 19 of you watching right now. I appreciate it. Giving me a little something to laugh at here as we get going this evening. Bourgault fires a shot. Good looking shot. I think that actually hit the net finally for him. Right from the slot area and right off the face-off. So Bourgault right there. He's had 3 cracks at the net. All good looks, and finally finds a shot on the goalie for the Flames, Murphy. So hopefully maybe going to find a way to bust through for that first goal of the game. The Oilers in behind the Flames net now, feed in front, blocked there off the stick of a Flames player. They'll punch it out into the neutral ice, and coming back over the Oilers' blue line is Klapka. He'll roll down the near side boards. He'll turn back to the blue line and fire it down deep behind the Oilers' net. Again, the Flames attempt what the Oilers did a few moments ago. Akey's able to cut it off on the net front pass, and the Oilers retrieve the puck alongside the boards. Savoy right in front gets it across to, I believe, Akey, who's going to dump it right to the middle, and here come the Oilers across the blue line. They're looking to cut back along the far side boards in the Flames zone, back to the blue line. Akey with the puck to the near side boards, and this is going to be shot on net, and actually a blue liner hit the net amazingly for the Oilers here in this first period. It'll be turned out of the zone though, quickly off the recovery by the Flames, and Akey comes up with it, misses the pass. The Oilers retrieve off the bounce, off the Flames skates, and this one's coming back into the Flames end, and we will have a little tie-up along the boards there for the Oilers, as they're going to give the Flames some fits trying to get this puck out. Flames, though, steady Eddie as it goes so far through this first period, able to clear the zone. Little rugged hits there in the middle of the ice. Bowen makes the save on the zone entry by the Flames, and the Oilers immediately get the blue line turnover there and get it back the other way. 2-on-1 developing. Nice toe drag shot, and Murphy sticks right with it. Good save there. Probably, to be honest with you, the Oilers' best look of this first period, now 14 minutes in, and the Flames leading 1-0. I guess I should update that scoreboard, eh? That's something we could do here. My apologies. You'd think I'd remember to do that, but the Flames now up 1-0 here. It was Nikolaev scoring the goal there for the Flames almost 3 minutes ago at this point. Oilers, though, on the recovery in their own zone, get it back the other way. They're going to bust through into the Flames' end, and I think this is the first game, or first time all game, where Murphy has had to cover the puck as we get going here. And yeah, let's go here. Jordan, watching from Houston, loved your coverage of last year's playoffs. Thank you, Jordan. I loved it as well. I loved being able to cover every moment of it. I had tried covering it back in 2020, obviously when the Oilers made it against the Chicago Blackhawks. It was everything that I had dreamed of to finally get to Oilers playoff hockey again. I did it in 2017, and 2020 really did not pan out, but I was in a really bad place at that point. And thankfully, not as many people that could have seen it saw it, so that's good. But now, yeah, last year was absolutely magical. It was great to be along for that ride, and now we're looking forward to being along for a great ride again this year, I'll tell you that much. So glad to have you again for the 23-24 season. Let's see here, Peter. Best pressure we've had all day. I know that was a good little sequence there from the Oilers a few moments ago. But there's the Flames whacking the puck a couple times at the side of the net on Bowen. He's able to deny him both times, and then a shot from the blue line off the blocker goes out of play into the netting, so we'll have a stoppage in play, and maybe now I can talk a little bit more as well. And Peter, that's the thing. The one thing I hate about having both Patrick and Toff and I going at the same time is that we don't get to watch each other during the playoffs, right? Toff maybe a little bit more because Patrick's running the show more or less, but Toff obviously coming back and forth. I always love when he comes back, comes and says hi in the stream, and it's really appreciated. And I try to go over there as much as possible, but you know my scatterbrain, I can barely remember to throw up the score half the time. But no, it was magical, and I definitely would have loved to catch their coverage a little bit more in depth. And obviously with games ending so late too, it's not like I could go sit back and watch through it before bed and then go to work the next morning. Don't miss being that tired, I'll tell you that much. Patrick warned me that about it, and yeah, it was a real thing. But nothing happening here. The Flames just trying to retrieve the puck along the boards in their own zone. They finally do get it out. 4:22 to go here in this first period of play. The Oilers will turn it around. Akey's going to battle back over to the defender for the Oilers, and this is going to come back the other way. I think the Oilers have drawn a penalty here. Bourgault busting up the middle. Good look there with the Flames defense closed in, though. They'll touch up the puck, and the Oilers will head to the power play. But Xavier Bourgault starting as this period has gone along, right? Two good looks in front, missed the net. One really good look hit the net, and now busting through defenders just last second getting tied up. Maybe looking to bust through here. I don't know if he's going to bust through here on this power play, but high sticking call against Bo Akey's defender there, or attacker, whatever you want to say, Coronado, and we'll have a stoppage in play for the face-off to the right of Murphy in the Flame zone. All right, this is going to be a face-off. To the right of Murphy, as I mentioned, it's going to be one back by the Oilers, and they're going to get to work here. I don't know what this power play looks like, but we'll see if they can be effective. Obviously, it's not the Connor McDavid show, and Leon Draisaitl and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Zach Hyman, and Evan Bouchard, and clearly not, as it's tied up along the near side corner. There's 3 Flames battling for that puck there, but there's 2 guys supporting. There are 3 Oilers battling, 1 guy in the Flames corner trying to get that puck free. Flames fired all the way down. Akey running show on the quarterback position there on the power play. He'll work it back into the Oilers zone as it's lifted ahead there by Curtis Savoy playing that Connor McDavid role. Bust through, short side shot denied by Murphy, and it will go out of play. And Savoy saying it's off of Murphy. Let's have that face off here in the zone. And there you go. You're hearing it from Jack Michaels, the right clavicle of Murphy. How you've missed Jack Michaels saying the clavicle. Face off now to the right of Murphy for the Oilers. 1 back proficiently there, and now here's a chance for the Oilers to set up show. They're going to work this puck around, roll down to the near side corner, all the way wrapped around to the far side boards. Work back now to the far side blue line. Quick play over to the near side. Shot fired, save. Oh no! No, that's a beauty of a shot there by Stonehouse, who sneaks it through from just off the top of the slot. And what a goal there for the Edmonton Oilers on the power play. Great work off the face-off. Move that puck around quick. And it is a 1-1 game just like that. Stonehouse fires it through. And you love to see that. That's a great one there for the Oilers. And just the quick movement of that puck, the key there is Stonehouse fires it right through. And the screen in front obviously plays a big factor as well, but Stonehouse pretty much knew as soon as he released that puck that was going in some fashion. And just right now, shutout 783 views on the stream. If you know, you know. But yeah, that's just kind of the problem with this camera angle. It's a little bit high, a little bit direct, I guess you could say. And yeah, the Oilers now firing right back, hop off of Murphy. Can't keep it in the zone, but that power play might have woke the Oilers up here. That was a good-looking opportunity right off the face-off at center ice. Got back into the zone, worked that puck around. The Oilers in possession now. Go to the far side bench there by the Flames. Cut off, though. And this one's going to be scoreboard change. Yeah, good call. Thank you, Peter. I would be lost without you guys in the chat. I will tell you that much. But trying to keep up with this game, they really do not give much time between action happening. I will tell you that much. And I'm glad I've muted the desktop audio as well. But yeah, it's this one here. This is going to go back the other way, and Bo Akey's going to roll around into the zone. And this one's going to come back now for the Oilers. And Savoy with the puck. He's going to work it back to the blue line, and here are the Oilers now starting to set up possession. And here's a shot short side denied. And the Oilers trying their best. 1:48 to go here in this first period to maybe punch through this first period. What's not been a great first period with a lead. That would not be bad at all. 4,790 folks tuning into this game live on the Calgary Flames YouTube channel. Might be their biggest live stream ever, honestly. As Akey again controlling the point. The shot for the Oilers fired through. Nothing happening there. So it's being worked back. Another shot in front. Tipped! And to the side of the net goes wide. But the Oilers again pressuring. Come up with the puck. Akey's just steady Eddie at that blue line, keeping pucks in all night. And now the Oilers again will rip another shot blocked in front, bounces to the far side. And this time Akey had leaked off the Flames bench side of the blue line, and he'll have to retrieve it in his own zone. But this one is starting to heat up here for the Oilers. They were quiet through the first about 16 minutes, and now all of a sudden they got a power play late and came to life. Hey, we were saying nothing like the actual Oilers. Here's Klapka, though. Before I finish that thought, firing it to the front of the net off a diving effort out the corner, and Bowen's able to glove it down off a tip. But yeah, the Oilers now looking like the Oilers. Mid-season form, I could say, even though it's the young kids. Good effort there late in this period to tie this game up, and now pushing for the next one. So let's see what happens here. But Klapka comes through and fires it, and look at that one, comes right off the stick of Bowen. That's a poised play, actually. That's a goaltender knowing what's coming. And just a nice stick deflection to get it up into the glove, get the freeze on the action. And what grade, Peter, would I give the Oilers off season? Honestly, there was no A grade available for the Oilers. That's the big part, is no matter what, you were making a bum trade to get Yamamoto out of town. That cost you costing. And secondary to that for the Oilers, your biggest acquisition was going to be Connor Brown no matter what. And yeah, that's right. I mean, there's not much else to it. So for the Oilers, I think the biggest thing you're going to have to see is how the PTO moves pan out. Did Brandon Sutter pay off as a good PTO? I mean, 3 weeks from now we'll know. And is Sam Gagner your man? Is he the guy you're going to go get a cup this summer with? Well, I guess that's what we're going to find out. But the offseason, really, it's a C grade offseason because there's no way to do it really bad and there was no way to do it really good. That's the problem. Here we go. Face off to the left of Bowen. The shot fired right off the face off by the Flames goes out of play. 19 seconds remains. This is going to be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see what happens here in this last 19 seconds because obviously the Flames have the face-off in the Oilers' end, and they could set up a quick little zone possession just like the Oilers did to score that power play goal to tie it, and the Flames push it right to the boards. Shot fired towards the net by Klapka, denied by the Oilers. Go down the length of the ice, and that will be icing against the Oilers. No, it plays on. Flames player did not take the proper amount of steps to touch up that puck, so they'll fire it down the length of the ice. That clears it out, and with no time on the board, we will finish this period 1-1. Bowen steps in there, has a pretty solid period. Obviously got sniped on there, but what do you do? It's the prospects game. The Oilers weren't great up till that point, so giving up goals not necessarily the worst thing. And now we figure out that we've got a 1-1 hockey game going into this first intermission as I am officially out of water, and I'm going to go grab a quick fruit snack break just to settle the stomach. We'll get back to action here in a matter of moments. I'm going to hit mute on the TV so as you don't get Jack Michael's audio coming through. And there we go. So give me a moment, and we'll be right back. Alright, let's cool it down in here a little bit. That might not be a bad idea. Go open the back door. And yeah. Alright, friends. Doug, welcome in. And fruit snacks. Yeah, those Welch's fruit snacks. You know what I'm talking about. Used to dummy those back in the day. We had a vending machine in high school that had like the big bag. That was a good lunch back in the day. Tasty. Quick. Kind of made up for everything, but yeah, I know. That was a long first period. I don't know if I'm in game shape yet, but hopefully kick things off here with a good rest of this game and we'll be fine and dandy. But what do we got here? Yeah, when it comes to Evan Bouchard, I'll tell you right now, the big thing is that we got him signed. Because the longer that was going to go, the more teams were going to find cap space. And, the longer you let it sit, the potential of that offer sheet could have came in. So, thankfully for the Oilers, nothing happened out of that. But big thing right now is just for now the Oilers need to go out there and make it pay off, right? You've got Evan Bouchard for 3.9 the next 2 years. Go win a cup. Connor? 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 Connor, come on. Come on. Go. Get in the house, you go, pop up. Ooh, it's nice up here. We're sitting back here watching the game. I will tell you, it is absolutely beautiful down here in southern Alberta tonight. I'm on the right side of Highway 2. I don't know how many of you know Alberta, but there's a right side of Highway 2 in the Calgary area, and that would be the west side. And you want to go as far as about Highway 790, or is it Highway 791? No, 691? I don't know, but pretty much there's a Simons Valley Road. That's what I'm trying to say. Simons Valley Road runs just west of Airdrie, and pretty much you want to be east of that and west of Highway 2, and it is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous weather all year round normally. You've got pretty good weather, stable weather in terms of temperature, whereas you go east of Highway 2, she dips. Yeah, I go home east of Highway 2 every day, and pretty much as soon as I turn off Highway 2, it drops 3 degrees, even if it's a 30-degree day, or it gains 3 degrees, so it's pretty crazy. Anyway, I'm rambling about nothing, so apologies there. Scout the NHL 24 franchise mode. I think when I started that poll, it was at about 50-50, and then it finished at about 83-17 yes. So I assume that we'll be doing that. Again, got to buy NHL 24, so a couple of things, and that doesn't need to be priority because the Oilers season will be starting right around then. And Gavin Pollock, great to see you as well. Good day to you as we get things going here in 23-24. I've been good. Like I was telling everybody earlier today, we kicked off the last day of summer with a big old trip to the Alberta Rockies and a big trip down Highway 40, and it's gorgeous. Barrier Lake Dam, if you've ever been out there, to anybody in the chat, it's a gorgeous little area and a good little 400-500 meter walk. Just get some pictures. It was hot, no water, so we turned around and went and grabbed lunch at the Pomeroy Kananaskis Lodge area, and that's a gorgeous little campus they've got there. That's where the Nordic Spa is, and my goodness, I got to book myself a trip there once hockey season ends next year. Take the stress out, right? Matthew, good evening to you as well. Glad to have you aboard. We're getting through here. I think you guys are pretty much chatting amongst yourselves, to be honest with you. But as we get going here, here Crosby said the other day he'd love to play with McDavid. Yeah, playing with Team Canada, but wouldn't it be a great line for the Oilers? Connor McDavid, Draisaitl, Crosby. Well, that's the thing. I don't know. Again, this will be the really interesting part about Sidney Crosby late in his career. Is he's a guy that's gifted, right? Sidney Crosby is gifted, the same as Connor McDavid, the same as Alex Ovechkin, the same as any one of the guys that have been generational players for the past 15, 20 years. And the big thing with those guys is really the only thing that stops them from playing is either injury or a lack of will to continue playing. And if Crosby wants to play till he's 44, he can help whatever team he plays for. That's the craziest part of it. So, I mean, seeing Connor McDavid and Sidney Crosby play together in the NHL, again, it comes down to if Crosby ever wants to leave the Penguins. But if he has to, I assume that if there's a little Team Canada connection prior, I don't see why you don't line that up. But again, even at that point in Crosby's career, I doubt he's up there with Connor McDavid. But we'll see what happens. Jack Michaels now talking to Rick Pracey, the director of amateur scouting for the Edmonton Oilers, after coming in the firing of Tyler Wright. And Jack Michaels is telling Rick Pracey, hey, stop talking. You have gotten Dolynny TV'd. Nobody can hear you. Your mic's muted. Yeah, we had that here last year. Actually, this place had happened last year. You would remember the couch in behind me and the nice chandelier there. Let's see here, friends. Is there anything else going on in the comment section? What is my favorite place to visit in Banff National Park? I will tell you, I've been to Lake Louise, I think, once. And that's really it. I haven't done much of Banff. I've done the hot springs in Banff. Nothing special. It's commercialized pools pretty much. But yeah, not a big national park fan just because of having to buy the pass and stuff. But Kananaskis, now that you have to buy a pass, but you can buy a year pass for $90 and just it's registered to your license plate. It seems like a pretty decent little place. It's off the map, but um, you see my body physique. I'm not much of a hiker. I'm not a big hiker at all, and maybe something I get into, but I don't want to be that stereotypical, I love sports and I hike all the time guy. But maybe when I'm hitting the late stages here, I end up being that guy. I don't know. Need to do something in the summer times other than talk about the Oilers, because my goodness, we didn't have much to talk about this summer, I'll tell you that much. If you're just tuning in, I think we're pretty much holding steady around this 20 viewers tab, so I assume we've got the same folks in, and if anyone comes in, they're just going to chime in the chat anyway. But what I'd say is this first period really didn't come together for the Oilers until the last 4 minutes. We get the job done late, and we're tied 1-1. But that's really all we find right now. F&D, I need to have Kelly Rudy as a guest. That's one guy that's actually been popping up on a lot of podcasts lately, is Kelly Rudy. There for a while it was Gene Principe popping up all over the place, but it seems like Kelly Rudy's really starting to expand his reach. I think he's got some causes. He's really putting some effort behind the past 2 years. So it'll be interesting to see kind of what direction I take on that, actually, if I ever do end up getting more noticeable guests on the channel, more legit guests, I guess you could say. But it's something that I really don't have a setup for in terms of filming. So unless I find something maybe at Rogers Place one day to get done. But I will tell you, I haven't told Patrick this yet, but I've got a little backup plan for the two of us if this whole Oilers YouTube thing doesn't work out fully to the extent that we think it could. I think there's a little something there to be cooked up if you know which direction I'm going with. You look at what a couple MLB teams did this year. There's some really nifty opportunities for guys like Patrick and I to work ourselves into the big leagues and potentially take it to the next level over the next few years. So right now, we just focus on today and do what we can to achieve goals day by day. But it's a crazy thing. So this big picture thing, I did not have this last year. And now what you guys came through with last year for me, we gotta start thinking real big picture here, and it's gonna be a special season to see what happens. But let's go here. Looking forward to going to Banff and Yoho when you're in Alberta. Yeah, Peter, I will tell you, I've heard great things about Yoho. I think it's something that I definitely need to go out and see at some point. I've seen Banff, like I said, so Yoho would be interesting to see, kind of the other side to Banff, you could say. And at this point, I just got to get out of the house more. But now we're coming into hockey season. I'm going to be in the basement every second night doing my thing. Looking forward to it, not begrudging it by any means, but would definitely be nice to get out and explore a little bit. I hate winter driving, so maybe not in the winter, but next summer, fire it up and get going. And it was nice, I will tell you, to see a little bit of southern Alberta off the beaten trail down by Vulcan in the backlands there. Saw Arrowwood this year and saw Gleason this year, so those are two nice little places, nice little off the map places here just outside of Calgary. Always heard of them, but never been to them. And that was my two rodeos this year, and good times. Gleason, I'll tell you, it was a little rainy for the saddle bronc riding, but I had a really great assistant, I guess you could say, holding an umbrella for me as we got pelted by rain sideways from the north. But we pulled through and had a good show, and I think too now we get down to Arrowwood, and Arrowwood was a good time. Arrowwood was a really good show. 2 days of 4.5 hours a night. It was really interesting weather. Obviously, it was hot, and then all of a sudden it cooled down, just as southern Alberta does at night. And that's where we're at. But friends, we are just going into this intermission here. They're showing off the Flames charity golf tournament. And of course, anything Flames, they've got Cowboys Casino there as a sponsor. That's one of their biggest sponsors, actually, for everything they do. Lanny McDonald, of course, on the microphone right now. Typical. That's the Flames can't do anything without Lanny involved, but F&D, when it comes down to marketing and all that, that's something I don't worry about too much, is because at this point, throwing up a video just seems to do its thing, so I'll worry about that when I maybe one day quit my job. But tell you, I'd be a fool to quit HVAC right now, because my goodness, I don't know if you know anything about the housing shortage in Alberta, but it's a pretty good market to be in sheet metal residential right now. So we'll stay there for the short term, mid-term, and probably the long term, to be honest with you. And then when my back hurts too much, maybe start this whole YouTube thing full time. I don't know. Find out. But Flames seem like they're good at golf. Well, they showed off Jonathan Huberdeau earlier, and he did not have very good holes. But I don't know which golf course this is, actually. I'm trying to figure this out. But yeah, F&D, it was my first trip to the Calgary Stampede this year as well. Went and saw Alabama, the band, not Alabama, the state. Really, every time I say I went to Alabama, I was like, why would you go there? There's nothing to see. And I'm like, well, I went to Alabama, the band, and they were really good. It was good. And yeah, no, it was a busy go down there at Stampede. Problem is, I don't know if you guys really see it in my videos and see it in my live streams very much, but when I get a vibe going, I'm hard to stop. I roll for a long time, and something like Stampede, I'm the guy dancing in the street, almost getting hit by cars every time. Trust me, I'm an idiot like that. And I don't drink. I've been sober now over 3 years and don't do anything under the influence in terms of drugs. So it's just all good vibes get me going. And I'm a hard guy to stop once I get started. So my friends got to experience that at Alabama. It was a good time. And I did get also sell a couple on the Southern Alberta Lifestyle. A nurse and an electrician out from Ontario, and it's good to kind of be able to tell them my experience down here the past 5 years and get them out here and hopefully get them started with life in Alberta, coming from somewhere in central Ontario. But let's go here. Next tightening up here. This is kind of the weird thing. Camera's down here, TV's up here. You can feel it right back here. And Northern Farm Girl, welcome in as well. Glad to see you aboard for the 23-24 season. As, yeah, no, it's been a long time since our last live stream, and now we're going to get things fired up here for the 23-24 season. And Scout's got some fruit snacks. There we go. That's going to be, trust me, that won't be a common theme throughout the regular season, because I probably won't have fruit snacks. Luckily, kind of my friends are at a different stage in their lives, most of my friends anyways, so fruit snacks are definitely on hand at houses that I house sit at, as opposed to my house where it's maybe a box of granola bars that week if I'm lucky, and I'm lucky to be able to get one of those down during the intermission with how much I'm huffing and puffing by the end. But alright, yeah, let's go here. What do we got? I'm just going to fire up over to the old analytics tab here just to see how things are going. We're looking good. It's been a good day. I don't know how many of you, I think the ratio of subscribers to non-subscribers that caught the Yarmir Yager short today is like 98% to 2% subscribed. But yeah, that's 1,800 views on that short today. Obviously, yes, I know shorts views don't really count for much, but I did not expect to throw up Yarmir Yager news in the year 2023 and get 1,800 views on it, so I'll take it. But in terms of that, it's been a pretty good, solid day on Dolynny TV as we start up hockey season officially. And as I fire up over to the calculator here, score 1-1, 9-6 the shots for the Flames. 1 for 2 on the power play were the Oilers, 0 for 1 were the Flames. And we'll have a face-off at center ice here as we're almost set to get started here in a matter of moments. And friends, would you look at that? We've hit that 50 hour mark on the stream. I thought we could do it, and we got it done. So I love it, but here we go. Missing a whole bunch of messages on my phone. I just heard a ding for the first time, but we're back underway either way. We're only about half a minute in. I haven't missed much. The Flames trying to exit their zone. The Oilers turn it over for a brief moment, collected by the Flames and fired down to Bowen. And that's where we find ourselves. We're back underway here in a 1-1 draw. 19-19 left in this second period. I don't got much gusto left. Like I said, it was an 8:30 start. We're already at 9:30. I've been out in the sun all day, and Bo Akey's got the puck. And we're going to have to just hope... we're going to have to hope that we can get something going here for the rest of the game. Might be heading out after the second, I'm not sure. But the Oilers trying to roll things in behind the Flames net. The Flames cut them off at the boards, and this is going to be picked up by Savoy off the feed from the boards. He'll fire it back to Akey, who wasn't there. Akey's going to roll it back to the Oilers' point, and this one comes now free into the Flames zone. Oilers developing a weird 2-on-1, tipped on net last second by Xavier Bourgault, and he will get into the glove of Murphy, who's been steady Eddie. He's given up goals, sure, but even that goal, like Peter was saying, fooled a couple of us. And Bourgault unable to get a stick touch on that, unfortunately. So we'll see if Bourgault continues that little just streak he had in that first period where he got better progressively. And hopefully maybe start scoring a goal. So I did not have Stonehouse scoring the first goal of the game, but for the Oilers, we'll take it. As we need anything we can get at this point. I'm going to just sit back, relax here a little bit more in this second period. Take a moment to just enjoy being live. Honestly, it's been a long time, like I said. Game 6 of the Vegas series. And even that series, I didn't get to stream all games because I was in the hospital in and out with a cat-related mishap. Let me tell you, a three-legged cat that has back claws and front claws, not really a good time. I'll tell you that much. Especially when they fall. This one's in behind the net. Sloan's getting pushed down, and now he's going to be able to free this puck up maybe for the Oilers. Instead, it's the Flames that come away with it. Siona frees it to the blue line. Oilers cut it off there, and it comes back to the blue line. Nope, actually it was bouncing in front of the Oilers bench. That's how tired I am at this point. That's an uh-oh, but we'll keep going either way. 17:41 to go here for Bowen, who covers up in the Oilers zone. I might have to go see if there's potentially some coffee in the cupboard here. I know if this was a regular Saturday, there'd be some coffee left over to heat up, but unfortunately my friends aren't home. They're up in oil country for a wedding this weekend, which is great to see, right? Always a good time to get the last days of summer in, and if it was as beautiful up there north of Edmonton as it was down here east or west of Calgary today, we'll be just fine. 1-1. The Flames and Oilers here, just 2.5 into this second period. Flames across blue line, shot fired, blocked in front, comes around the other side of the net. Flames almost picked it up. Instead, a nice recovery by the Oilers to get to the far side boards, chip it out of the zone. Hustling after it is the Oilers trying to turn over this puck. They do. Don't take a penalty on net. Behind, drags around. Shot fired off the Flames defender. Oilers just took too much time to take that puck around the other side of the net. And the Flames will bust through the neutral. Down into the Oilers' end, driving it deep. The Oilers trying to retrieve this puck. Akey again, and Akey's been all over the ice tonight. I have just seen a lot of Akey tonight. I think that's probably the plan. But hey now, welcome in as well, as I think we're going to have a pretty tame chat the rest of the night, I would expect. And we're just going to see if the Oilers can hold down the fort, right? I think it was a 1-1 game last night. And then the Oilers were able to take it through to a 3-1 final. But this one, not really much for pace, I guess you could say. 2, there's not been much hard-hitting action in this one. There's been a couple instances along the boards where the boys have tied up and thrown a couple of hits. But Not much really to write home about for either team. Both teams have had a couple good looks. Here's Ty Tullio along the boards. Finally figured out who number 68 is. Look at me go. We're going to battle through tonight, like I said. Oh, there we go. Oh, there it is. Here's Tullio. He's in the zone for the Oilers. And this one's going to now come to the corner. Tullio's trying to free this one up, and it's getting colder outside. I like it. I like it. As the Flames with it in their own zone are going to flip it ahead into the Oilers' end, right on to Bowen, who directs traffic in behind the net. 15:25 to go as the Oilers look to exit the zone. They do, right up the boards. Here comes Bourgault, 2-on-1 with Klapka trailing, trying to make it a 2-on-2. Bourgault fired the pass wide. I would have liked to see him walk in and shoot that with authority, but the Oilers instead of a nice play by Bourgault again, driving to the net there. Bourgault trying to tap it in. And you know what? I'm okay. Here we go. He's speeding up along the near side boards. He's going to get taken down by the much bigger Klapka. That figures. And this one's going to go down in behind the net as the Oilers look like they've taken a penalty. And that was a rough go there for the Oilers as they tried to really do something special and couldn't translate it into anything. But as Bernard's going to be called for the trip there on Klapka. But Klapka coming through in the clutch here for the Flames, kind of playing a hard-nosed defensive game. Berglund had drawn that one to the front of the net, and then Bourgault takes it right in there. The Oilers directed traffic over the far or near side boards, and then Bourgault got taken out, comes back down the ice, and the Oilers take a penalty draw. But that's where we're finding ourselves. The Oilers end up taking a tripping call. It's fine. It's dandy. It's whatever it is. Again, that's the tough part. Is I don't think these are even WHL refs, to be honest with you. I think these are junior A level refs. So they got a couple of call-ups, I guess you could say, in terms of the referees tonight. So they'll be calling a little bit more strict, or a little bit more, I don't know what the word is. I'm not trying to come down on them because obviously they're doing the best they can with legit NHL talent, but just obviously not up to the par of the talent are the refs for the level of competition they're at. But you got to learn sometime, you got to learn somehow, and at the same rate too, it's games that count for nothing, so we'll be okay with it. And yeah, that's offside there for the Flames, so we get bailed out there on the power play. All right. Whew, let me tell you. That cold's starting to kick my butt again a little bit. Might have to get a little cold FX into me there before the night is through, as the Oilers clear the zone on the penalty kill. And this one I don't understand, right? It's Oilers Plus stream, so you gotta expect they pull out some stops, but instead they got the scoreboard that doesn't even show the penalty minutes. That's tough. This one comes on down into the Oilers zone, and this is just going to be worked around. This second period's been pretty slow. I'm going to tell you the honest truth. Yeah, it's been pretty slow so far. We'll see if it picks up, but yeah, Connor Murphy there in behind, just getting this one over to his defenseman. I don't know. I don't know if this is exactly what I was hoping for on a Saturday night 8:30 game, but again, too, that's kind of the difference maker, right? The NHL has toned down the scrapping over the past 5 years, and you remember these rookie games back in the day, there used to be 5-6 scraps every single game in the Young Stars Classics, and now you're lucky if there's one a game throughout the tournament. So we'll just see what happens here as we continue to roll along, but Flames rolling in the zone, and they're not even looking that dangerous here on this power play. The Oilers, I guess, doing a good job defending, you could say, but yeah, this is moving real slow here in this second period, and I'm gonna need to get something in me here to make it through. I'm not trying to make fun of it either. It's literally just right. The last stream was game 6 of the second round. And this is what we get for the next one. So, yeah, don't mind me. But, yeah, we're rolling along here. It's going to be okay. I'm sure we're going to get something out of this period. I mean, too, for the Oilers kids, if you're going to go out there as an undermanned squad realistically against the Calgary Flames, who have a much better prospect pool for this tournament, and you're going to go out there and roll a 1-1 game through 2, I'm not going to be too upset. Peter, to your point, right? Like, it's the thing. It's the Battle of Alberta. It always counts for something. So you want to take away as many positives as possible. And maybe Groob there behind the net, driving the net, is a positive. But it looks like there might be something in behind the play, as there's a hooking call there. And, oh my goodness. Well, chats are just lighting up here. And it looks like there's going to be a power play as the Flames go to the box here. Nikolaev, the goal scorer for the Calgary Flames, goes to the box. And I'm going to take a second to check my phone. It's been a little while since I did that. And what am I doing tomorrow? I'm probably sleeping. That would be my plan of attack tomorrow. Yeah. This one's now going to go back for the Oilers. For Savoy, the shot fired right into the glove of Murphy. A good quick glove save there for him. And we will have a stoppage in play. But, yeah, no, it's been a slow-moving second period. And hopefully this power play kick starts something for the Oilers. That'd be nice. But, 12:09 to go still. That's where we're at. As the Oilers work it off the boards, get it back to the blue line here. Akey is going to get it down to the near side boards, and the Oilers are going to start rolling this power play around a little bit. Savoy gets heavily pushed off the puck. Puck's then whipped right at his helmet. Bourgault can't free up the puck. Akey can't hold it in, and it goes down the length of the ice there. Then Bowen will see this one back to Akey along the near side corner in the Oilers' end. And he will just casually skate it ahead. He'll turn it back to the Oilers' rush. I actually don't know what that's called. I think, with Connor McDavid you should. But, again, pay that much attention? Probably not. 1-1, 11:24 to go here in this second period of play, friends. This one's back to the point for the Oilers. The one-timer queued up at the point. Not coming from Akey, not coming from Savoy, not coming from nobody. As the Oilers are just instead spinning around and pushing this puck around in the Flames' end. Again, moving it quickly, though, so potentially sniffing an opportunity to get a good look on net. This one to the front of the net. Shot fired, save made. Here's Savoy, short side. Shot on Murphy, denied. And we will have a stoppage in play. This one now, Savoy wires the shot. It's blocked. Akey blows the tire. Nice recovery to get back to his feet and get the puck going. But, Scott, you can watch my stream in 144p. Yeah, no, the lighting conditions are not the best in here. Still trying to figure out how to use this new camera. I will be honest with that. But we are rolling along here through this second period, now almost halfway done. Here's Groob across for the one-timer, denied. Actually never fired off there by Tullio. And now this one comes back to the near side, or far side point in front of the Oilers bench in Calgary. A Flames player just ate I don't know what to the face. Groob gets thrown. Tullio's in there in the glove mix, and now we got a scuffle in front of the Oilers bench. Chase on taking his man to task. 3 Oilers are throwing a Flames player around, and we've got a little mini brawl here happening. Gloves on brawl, but there's the linesman trying to take care of business, and the Oilers have a guy tied up. Oh my goodness, okay, lighten me up here. Let's go, boys, let's go. Nikolaev's got his helmet off, and the Oilers got a little bit feisty here. Groob's getting pushed by Nikolaev. There's still 2 Oilers players battling here, and an Oilers player takes a Flames guy down to the ice, and oh boy. Okay. That's good, that's good. They are battling a little bit here, bringing it to life. Don't mind me, you see? You see, I'm coming to life just like that. That's what I love about hockey. A little passion, little excitement. And Ty Tullio's got his helmet off. There's 2 Oilers players with helmets off. And, ooh, my goodness. Groob throws the cross check. and the Calgary Flames player eats it right into the back end of his other teammate. Looked a little bit more exaggerated than I think it was, but here's Savoy's good chance right off the shoulder arm of Murphy. And Bernard's in the box. There's 3 Oilers players in the box. Nice camera work there as the camera whips. And 10-12 to go here in this second period of play. Oh, stretched out. Not used to sitting in a chair that doesn't spin. You guys know my chair at home spins, so yeah, that's where we're at. Oh, have a nap. That'd be nice. It's been a long day, like I said. I did actually plan on having a nap about noon today, and then instead I got in the car and went to Kananaskis for 7 hours. So don't mind me, but yeah, we're figuring this out here. Referees, linesmen, trying to get this all sorted. Gibbs is official number 142. Okay, that's the biggest number I've ever seen on a linesman in my life. But that's where we're at. I'm out of water too. But here's Akey getting tripped up, and Klapka getting away with that. I don't know what's happening there. 10-12 to go here in this second period, and I think maybe we got this figured out. I don't know. Really do gotta say, guys, I've had 16 to 20 of you hanging out with me all stream. Really appreciate that. I really don't know what I was going to expect for this stream, obviously with the game being live on YouTube and 5,000 people watching it. But I have 18, 16, 20 of you tuning in, just hanging out with me as I slowly put myself to sleep on a Saturday night. Really means a lot. It's great to be back for 23-24, and obviously a 1-1 game and a sleeper so far between Calgary and Edmonton in the Young Stars Classic in Penticton. Don't mind me. There's this one across. Kuznetsov's going to fire it. Save made by Bowen. And yeah, the voice is starting to fail me. I expected it would at some point, but we're getting along here for the ride. There we go. This one's now Bowen. Just punching it over play. And I'm going to go grab a quick extra drink, finish off those couple of fruit snacks that I have on the counter there, and I'll be right back. Don't worry about me. The dog looks like he's going to maybe finally eat for the first time in a day and a half. I don't know. You going to eat there, bud? All right, let's do this. Let's do this. Oh. Ay. Very tired, but we're going to be able to go. So this one's worked in front by the by the Flames. I didn't even know which side of the ice we're on anymore. But Flames firing the puck around, shooting it towards Bowen. All of a sudden, a little bit of scramble here, and this one might be livening up now after the scraps. I don't know. Again, gloves on, but whatever. Is this one quickly worked out by the Oilers? And hopefully here for the Oilers, we can do something here to end up this second period. And this one is worked down by the Flames. Back to the blue line. I really don't know what to say at this point, friends. It's a tough goal, but I'll tell you, that one squirted through Bowen almost into the net, and a nice save there by the Oilers defender to keep that one out of the net. But yeah, I'd like to obviously see the Oilers go out there and really finish this one off strong. That way you can't have a losing record. And then just go out there and start this preseason. There's a tip in front, goes right over top of the net. That was a wicked hop towards Bowen. And the Flames now starting to turn up the pressure here with 8 minutes to go. But, yeah. It's going to be interesting to see if the Oilers turn up the pressure in the last 4 or 5 minutes, if they get a power play, I guess, here late in this second period like we did last period, because it was slow in that first period for the Oilers. We know that for sure. And now again, it's just another slow middle of period. And maybe the Oilers have something left here in the last little bit, but it's going to be interesting. And Scott, you can hear my TV. I assume there's a little bit of audio coming through. I'm really not sure how much. As honestly, I think you'd probably more so hear the dog eating than even the TV. And there's the Flames scoring the goal. I take my eye off the TV, and Nikolaev scores the goal to make it 2-1. Don't worry, I will update the scoreboard there. But yeah, you know what? It's been an interesting second period, and obviously the Oilers follow the same script from last game or last period and find themselves down a goal mid-section of the period. So hopefully they can turn up the ante a little bit here now as we get late. But nice pass there from Dewar to get it right over to Nikolaev, who made no mistake on that one and put it home. And now the Oilers just need to gun up and go here on this rest of the second period. At least give me something to go to bed feeling good about. But this is the most goals in a game the Oilers have given up in the tournament. They've scored 4, given up 3 now with this one. But hopefully the Oilers have something here. And Savoy apparently aided into the boards, so that's not good. But he's back up, so that's good to see. This one's going to come back the other way now for the Calgary Flames to get back into the Oilers zone after scoring that goal just promptly. Bourgault spun off the puck, and that, okay, I will tell you, Michael, if you're still listening in the chat here, I have not been a fan of Bourgault getting spun. And it's not saying like the Flames are spinning him. I'm saying like he's letting himself get spun by every piece of body contact out there. And it's just kind of sad to see, obviously, right? We're talking about a guy who we really, really need to be an important piece to the team. And he's getting pushed around out there. And I mean, not even like a little bit, quite a bit. So hopefully he figures it out. But the Oilers and Flames, yes indeed, are going outdoors for the Battle of Alberta at Commonwealth Stadium. Friends, Patrick from the Oilers Fanatic, and I will be at Commonwealth for all your coverage. We'll have a great time. I look forward, obviously, 55,000 being able to get into that stadium. Even if you get 30 in there, that's 12,000 more potential Oilers fans that I get to meet at Commonwealth this winter or season, whatever you want to say. And I'd really love to get out there and get going. Obviously, I don't know. With 16 of you in here, I don't know if I've actually been able to meet any of you in person or not. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know how many of you I've really gotten a chance to talk to out there in the real world. But let me tell you, I think I'm always a little rattled when I run into people that know me from YouTube, because it's just something that I do every day and really don't expect nothing from. And it's just always catches me so off guard. And I love Patrick's a pro at it. I mean, he's gone to so many Oilers games. It's kind of a regular occurrence now for him being right at the home of the hockey. But still always catches me off guard. And I'm like, whoa, this is really interesting that, right, I get out there and actually get to meet people that watch me on YouTube every day. It's I don't know. It's something that I always dreamed of as a young kid, and now it's something that's actually happening. I'm trying to describe it best I can, and I really don't know how to describe it properly, but it's just something that still blows me away to this day. And I mean, I'll tell you, that home opener last year, I don't know if you watched my video after the home opener, but that was such a special experience. And I mean, it solidified why I do things the way I do things here on Dolynny TV. So hopefully getting down to Commonwealth, get to meet a whole bunch of you if you're there, and I'm looking forward to it. Riley, like you're saying, you'll be at Commonwealth. What section are Patrick and I in? I think we're in MM. I think it was literally, we just grabbed whatever tickets were available. Patrick clicked on tickets, said purchase, and away we go. I don't think they're great seats by any means. Don't need to be. You just need to be there. And that's the big thing. I think when it comes down to it realistically, since we won't be live streaming the games, we'll probably be walking around taking pictures, doing things like, obviously not expecting to take pictures with everybody out there, but just taking pictures of the stadium, taking pictures of all that. That's what I mean by that. I'm trying to get ahead of myself by any means, but it'd be really interesting to just get there and see the sights, see the scenes, and go out there and enjoy it, right? And definitely looking forward to seeing a whole bunch of old faces from Cold Lake Bonneville area that have known me throughout the years. Go out there. It was really good up at Luke Combs in June, seeing a whole bunch of faces at Kingsway Mall, seeing a whole bunch of faces at Commonwealth that I haven't seen for a while, and it had a pretty cool ending of the night, so hopefully that's going to be good. Riley, definitely, and QQ. I think Patrick and I will probably fire up a stream and try and, hey, we're over here, let's do this. So we'll see what we can figure out for that. Him and I still have to strategize. I think that'll be part of the home opener day. So we've got a whole bunch of live coverage coming from the home opener, and then work that out. 5:35 to go here. The Oilers are still down 2-1. I think they're going to bust across the blue line here and get Savoy to the offense. Bourgault's on the ice, so I'm looking for something to happen, but again, puck gets turned over almost immediately and nothing happens. And then Roca makes his first or second save of the game, and it comes back out of the zone for the Calgary Flames, but AA2. Patrick, is that it? Is it AA2? There's Patrick when you need him. Answering the question right on cue. AA2, so yeah, I want to say we're in the corner. That's why I was thinking it was MM, but AA2. Don't mind me. Patrick's got the details. Again, Patrick's got the tickets. That's the big thing you need to know. I just said, what's it going to cost? Let's do this. Let's get this done. But yeah, obviously that's big thing is that home opener is going to be a pretty big day for the both of us, and we're looking forward to hopefully making as many of you as part of it as possible. As the Oilers, all of a sudden here, it's inside the last 5 minutes of the period. They're getting things rolling in the Flames zone again. Down by a goal is what it is, of course. And hopefully they get this done here. And this one's going to be turned over by the Flames just after entering the Oilers zone and ripped down in the Flames end. But Patrick, I hope you're having a great evening. I mean, I don't know what it was in Edmonton today, but it was a gorgeous day down here in southern Alberta. And I actually sent Patrick a funny little message here because obviously YouTube gives you behind the scenes analytics that are really nifty sometimes. And on that video from last night, Patrick obviously not posting around that time and obviously not posting until later this evening. So there's kind of that free zone where that video was out there in Oilers land getting a little extra search result, I guess you could say. And basically I got a search result for the Oilers Fanatic and for Oilers Nation, right? People searched for Oilers Fanatic and Oilers Nation and ended up on Dolynny TV. And I sent Patrick a text message. I'm like, I win. I claim victory overall. It's over. I'm done. I've peaked. And that's probably the first time I will do that, and that is probably the last time I will do that this season. As it's interesting to see those results come in, and I think it's probably not the last time I will actually do it. It's just the last time I'll actually notice it, as we're now getting into busy season. Obviously, live streaming tonight's game. The Oilers rolled the puck around there for the last about 30 seconds in the Flames' end. Didn't get anything of it. Turnover in front, and they just could not slam that puck home. Ends up in the near side corner. Here's Bourgault, Johnny on the spot, getting to that puck, trying to free it up after it came off the corner. And here's Bourgault again. Savoy's been all over the ice this game in terms of being on the ice. But yeah, it's tough and down and out. But here we go. The Oilers rocking and rolling in behind the net. This one's going to now come free for the Flames. Back the other way, 220. BW, welcome in. Glad to be there. Glad to see you tonight. Obviously, I've seen you guys rolling in the Flames chat, doing a little more advertising than I am. We're having a good time. Obviously, I'm just sitting back trying to get my lungs back under me after it's been a little under the weather this week. And obviously, too, it's been 4 months since I last live streamed a full game, so we're battling through. But yeah, it's great to see you guys as well. But But as we go here, it looks like Savoy's down and out for the count. He's going to the bench, but Patrick, yeah, it's a little bit smoky. I could see the haze in spots out in Kananaskis today. Just driving through the mountains, and you just hit all of a sudden a valley that's kind of holding in the smoke. But no, it was a pretty clear day, gorgeous day. Again, I'll reference this. This is the funniest thing of my day. This arm was in the sun all day, and I'm actually burnt up here. I'm crispy up here. Oh my goodness, that's setting up bad. I'm going to have a really bad farmer's tan going here. You can see that. And this arm's pretty, just a little suntan. Hey, ooh, that looks even worse on camera. But Laura, good to see you. And Flames better enjoy the W. It'll be the last one. Well, that Battle of Alberta at the Commonwealth is going to be a pretty big statement game, I think, for the Oilers. Taking it outdoors and winning the Battle of Alberta even outdoors is going to be fun. But as Jack over in the Calgary Flames chat is mentioning, it's getting a little feisty out there. Definitely the intensity's picked up in this period in terms of the physicality, but the Oilers haven't picked up the intensity in terms of directing it on net. Haven't done much here. And F&D just straight up listen, usually watch. Yeah, no, it's one thing that I kind of came to notice this past season is that realistically, right, because you're just watching me on camera, it's easy to set me down, forget about my visuals. I don't have any really good visuals during the live stream anyway. It's just more or less radio play-by-play, and it's something I always dreamed about, right? I grew up huge fan of Rod Phillips, right? Take me back to 05, 06 all day, and Rod Phillips was the man. And realistically, it's something I always wanted to do, and I've gotten to do it a little bit, obviously more live stream TV based over the years, but definitely this style, I guess, yeah, is radio, so it's good. And yeah, it's interesting. Oilers stars look pretty bad. Akey is the only one looking good. Michael, I think the only reason Akey's looking good is because he's played more than half this game by the judge of my eyes. Yeah, it's it's not been good. It's been a pretty, I'm going to make this comment, and I'm not proud of it, dry second period in a very slow game so far. 2-1 here for the Flames, and it's I'm pretty much going to go to bed here after this second period wraps up. We got 14.9, and yeah, it's it's pretty slow, and it's been a pretty much just grinder to get through it here tonight as an Oilers fan. Not that the Flames have overly been that great. Here's Bourgault throwing it from the side of the net. Murphy, though, again, scooping it up rather quick. But, yeah, Bo Akey is looking good throughout. But, again, I think the Oilers are giving them a lot of ice time here to make sure they know what they've got. 3.5 seconds to go. And what do we got? I love the chat. I love the chat. I love when you guys talk amongst yourselves. And we're going to finish up this live stream plus 1,000 views. So a good night on it. And friends, that means I just got to give you a watch time update. And then I think I'm going to go over there to Oilers After Dark and join the live stream over there. Or chat it up a little bit if you want to follow me over. But right now as it sits, friends, the Oilers go into the intermission down 2-1. And that's really about all I've got left in me, honestly. So let's go over here. And Laura, thank you. It's, again, friends, I think most of you have been in here long enough. Steve is huge. Patrick picking me up an amazing shirt. Again, big brain move there by Patrick on multiple fronts. Knowing that I'm also a huge Vinny Desharnais fan. Let's go here, and I'm going to go quickly. Can I go to channel? No, there's no way to go to channels, so let me go here and open up a fourth YouTube tab. Sorry, I'm going to keep you guys around just an extra moment longer. Oilers After Dark Young Stars Tournament. Good to go. And it looks like they've got the actual live stream up there. Okay. I see you. And let's go get this done here, friends. And yeah, 100%. Go support Oilers After Dark if you want. BW and the crew's been over there coming and saying hi lately. So let's go get that done. What am I trying to do here? Let's go here and go crush this. And go crush this. And go crush this. And come on in. Alright, there we go. Cool. Alright. Friends, I'm going to let you go. I just really got nothing much left here in the tank, but it's been an interesting game so far. Very slow. Peter, I do want to say I would love to do the third. I just ain't got her in me tonight. It's already 10 o'clock and the eyes are pretty heavy. But we'll definitely catch you guys soon. I don't know if I'm going to have the Monday game. Simply it's a 3:30 start. And I'm probably not leaving work till 5 o'clock. So probably won't catch you guys then. But again, best of luck to the others the rest of the way home. Patrick, thanks for stopping by, buddy. I'll probably call you here in the next 5-10, honestly, if you don't mind that. And we will be good to go. But I am up on gone, friends. Thanks for tuning in. Been a blast, actually. I did not expect a good stream like this. And we kicked her off in style. So we'll catch you soon. Preseason game number 1, you can probably expect to hear from me. We'll get going in a matter of moments. Thanks for being along.